I was screaming at his mom. Like, police is pissing me off. So I just end up telling him, like, I don't know, but can y'all just send somebody to this address? 10 of them. So who's your next door neighbor? Back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Raven Sine, and as y'all can tell by the title, I am doing another story time. Yes, because I found out y'all just as messy as I am. Y'all love being in people's business. Y'all love being in people's business. But before I get into the story time, I do want to tell y'all that I am just so thankful and so happy that y'all liked my last story time. That's why I'm doing another one. Y'all really blew that video up. Like, it only got 700 something views, but when I first uploaded it, literally the only goal for that video was to get at least 50 views, because I've been consistent on my channel since December. That's been my goal for 2025, just to be consistent, because I've started and stopped YouTube since I was 12. Or a little younger than that. Like, I've been wanting to do YouTube for so long, and I just told God that, look, I'm gonna be consistent. If you give me the tools that I need, I will be consistent. I did get a little bit discouraged because I was like, Lord, I'm uploading the video every month and I'm getting 20 views, 20 views, 20 views. And it got to the point where I was like, I'm just grateful to have those 20 views. If y'all are if y'all are discouraged at anything that y'all are doing that has to do with views or likes or whatever, the best way to think about it, imagine say you get 30 likes on your video. Imagine 30 people in your room. That's a lot of people. So I did get a little discouraged, but I would just always remind myself that this is just the beginning, and God literally surpassed the goal that I put on myself, which was 40 views on my next video. And y'all blew it up 700 views, y'all. So again, I'm so thankful for the people that liked it, that subscribed, that commented, anything. Like, I'm just so grateful, and I hope y'all stay. I hope y'all stick with me and stick beside me. I hope. But we are doing another story time. And before I get into story time, I do got my iPad. You know what they be saying about people with iPads? That if you got an iPad, you messy. My daddy got an iPad. He messy as fuck. So we gonna stay on topic with this video because it is a lot of points that need to be covered in this story time. So this story did take place in 2022. So at the time, I was still living at my parents' house, and I had to be around 19. In the neighborhood that we lived in at the time, we've been living there since I was 8 years old. I'm 22 now. So we've seen a lot of things take place in this neighborhood. One of those things being, a man unalived his wife in the driveway, broad daylight. Another man down the street, a few houses down, unalived his wife and himself, unfortunately. Y'all, so I'm editing this story time. I'm trying to find the article for the attempted murder, suicide thing. I don't even know if you could say that. But I'm trying to find the news clip because it actually happened, and I don't want y'all to think I'm on here lying to y'all. A lot of story times do be fake, and I don't like that. I like to show proof, and if I'm able to find it, I will put it in this video. And then where this story takes place, the neighbor right next to my parents' house, fortunately, in like 2017, he did take his own life. With that being said, people that move into that house do not stay there long. They stay there usually a max 2 years. 2 years is really pushing it. They usually stay around a year, and once they hit that year mark, they out of there. There's been a lot of new neighbors. There's been a lot of different families, a lot of different people. But around 2021, a family moved in, and it was about 10 of them. It was a big ass family. So they ended up moving in, and I believe it was the mom, the dad, their kids and their kids' kids, from my understanding. One of the family members, we would always see him walking up and down the street. It didn't matter what time it was. It didn't matter if it was hot, cold, snowing, rain. You would always see him. And he would always have a drink in his hand. And when I said he would always have a drink in his hand, please keep that in mind. Put it in your noggin, lock it in. Keep that in mind. So one day, my dad stopped him and they were talking. He would always tell my dad, I'm from Valwood. I'm from Valwood. To this day, I don't know what Valwood is. I don't know where that is. He is from Valwood, so that's how we started calling him Valwood. One night, I see Valwood walking up and down the street all night long. I would just see him. He would always walk to the corner store and he would always go get a drink. I see him, a few hours pass by. This time, it has to be like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I'm upstairs on the phone with my friend and we having a conversation, and all I could hear was just somebody, like, they weren't yelling, but they weren't quiet either. Like, they weren't whispering. I kept hearing a voice, and I'm like, who the fuck is talking at 1 o'clock in the morning besides my dad? My dad would get up at 1 in the morning to go to work. So I'm like, it could be my dad, but it don't sound like my dad. So I ended up calling him, and I'm like, who are you talking to? And he was like, I'm not talking to anybody. Like, I just got up. It's 1 in the morning. I'm not talking to nobody. And I was like, you have to be, because I keep hearing you down there talking to somebody. Take it upon myself, and I go outside my room, and I go to the stairs. When I go to the stairs, I look over, and I just see a random man on our stairs crying at 1 o'clock in the morning. His shirt is off. I see a beard, but I can't see who this person is. So I ended up tiptoeing back to my room, and I told my dad, I was like, I don't know who this is, but there's a random man on our stairs. So he was like, hold on. He ends up going out there and talking to him, and with me being scary, I called the police because I don't know who this man is. My daddy is down there talking to him. We don't know what's going on. So I called the police and I let them know, like, there's a man, like, on our stairs. I don't know who this man is. They asked me to describe him, and from what I could see, it was dark. So all I saw was just, he looked Hispanic, but I couldn't really put my finger on. I was like, he got a lot of tattoos. His face is covered in tattoos. He's just covered. And I was like, I can't really make him out. It was crazy because when I was on the phone with the police, they was like, can you go look? Excuse me? Can I go look? No, but you can. Police is pissing me off. So I just end up telling them, like, I don't know, but can y'all just send somebody to this address? So I hang up with the police, and I can hear my dad talking to the man, and all he's saying is, this my daddy house. This my daddy house. And my daddy was like, unfortunately, this is not your daddy house. I don't know where you think you at, but this is not your daddy house. He was like, your house is next door. So when he says that, I'm like, that's fucking Valwood. My dad is trying to calm him down and tell him, like, this is not your dad's house. Like, the police are coming. And from my dad always talking to him, my dad knew that he was on parole and he couldn't really get in trouble with the law. So my dad was like, just go to your house. Like, this ain't your daddy's house. Police come, they talk to my dad, and they ask if he wants to press charges. My daddy, being the type of person he is, he know that Valwood wasn't trying to do nothing. He was drunk, but Valwood was not crazy. My dad ended up not pressing charges on him just because he was going through a situation on his own. He didn't really want to add to that. He ended up not pressing charges, but he did end up going to jail because of public intoxication. Before I get too far in the story, y'all, before Valwood came into our house, a few weeks later, we go out to the backyard and there's beer cans. So Valwood was in our backyard drinking beer before he came into the house. Fast forward, my mom goes over to his house to talk to him because she just wants to really see, like, what happened, like going through for you to walk into our house. She walks up to the door, and before she even knocks, you could hear Val Wood screaming at his mom. Like, he's screaming at his mom, was saying, "You don't got no heart, you don't got no heart." So the mom ends up walking outside, and my mom said that it literally looked like she saw a fucking ghost. She was scared. She's scared of her son. She's scared of my mama. This lady just needs a vacation. So my mom asked to talk to Val Wood, and Val Wood was basically saying that he was very sorry for coming into our house, but that he is an alcoholic, unfortunately, and he just has a lot of issues going on. And when they arrested him for public intoxication, they ended up taking him to the hospital, and he has cirrhosis of the liver. So Val Wood has been drinking for a very long time. He was just telling my mom the reason why he drinks, the reason why he came to our house, and he was just very apologetic. Like, he was very sorry for what he did. Months passed by, and like I said, neighbors don't live in that house very long. So Val Wood and his family are about to move, and in the midst of them moving, the son, Val Wood's son, comes over to my parents' house, and they were just thanking him, talking to his dad, and you know, just always talking to him and never being like rude to him, despite him breaking into our house 1 a.m. And he was just saying that he suffers, the son also suffers from pill addiction. The dad is an alcoholic. So they just had a lot of issues within that family. That's basically the story about how our neighbor broke into our house at 1 a.m. and they have now since moved, and that house where all those unfortunate events took place is up for sale now, which is so crazy. I can't wait to see who move in that house, and I can't wait to see how long they live there, because based on past events, they not gonna be there for long. That's it, y'all. So I do thank y'all again for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, I ask that you like, comment, subscribe. I did have some key points that I wanted to go over in this story, but unfortunately I just didn't get to it. Again, thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all later.